My name is Kai. Really good to meet you all. I'm from Singapore, and it's actually my first time in the Philippines. Um, Everybody's always saying, "Hey, oh, first time in the Philippines? Really? You never been to Boracay? Anything like that?" No, it's actually what brings me here is work. The thing to say is that I'm also leaving right after this event, and I won't be able to enjoy as much of Manila as I like. But that's enough about me. What I'm here to talk to you about today is using alternative data for risk management. To give you guys a little bit of a background here, so I represent a company called Seon, and Seon is a Hungarian-based tech startup. And how Seon was born was essentially two co-founders that met in the middle of a university dorm room, and they wanted to start a crypto platform. This was back in 2017, where it was all the rage to get up there, start an exchange, get investor money, and then start to pump up the next NFT or pump up the next cryptocurrency. But what the two founders actually found was that they, in the midst of creating their own crypto exchange, were hit by a ton of fraud. They found themselves asking questions like, is this a real user? Can I trust this user to come on my platform and not do money laundering, for example? Should I be allowing all these tens of thousands of signups every single day? Do I want to allow them to trade on my platform? Started for a solution, and they found that while fraud tools were already available in the market, they were still, there was a gap somewhere. It's not extremely user friendly. They can't immediately pick something off the internet and start using it. And what the founders did, Seon founders did, was they basically pivoted their whole company strategy, decided to scrap the crypto exchange, and decided to start a fraud management platform. And today Seon is born. If you will jump to the next slide, please, Ryan. So today, for you, the very particular tailored audience today, we want to discuss how fraud has actually evolved, specifically in the Philippines, nation like such, and how we are actually shifting trends away from traditional data and over to alternative data. Is over there. No wonder. Let me see. Okay, so I'll cover a few things, but the first thing I want to touch on is what do we actually mean by alternative data? And I know that everybody here already has heard a lot about fraud tools, risk management, credit scoring. I heard the panel before, we're just talking about APIs, how you can't digitally transform if you don't actually embrace these technologies. But alternative data is just the step that comes right after that. So alternative data and why is it important? So today, when we talk about banking technologies, we look at verifying users using KYC, verifying transactions, monitoring transactions using AML. And these are all great strategies. But the problem that exists, particularly the case here for the Philippines, is that this stat thrown around. More than 50% of the adult population does not even have access to products, or they're underbanked or underserved. So how do you propose granting loans to these underbanked individuals? How do you propose allowing or verifying these individuals? Could it be to put them through KYC? The issue is that the data is not even there. And therefore, we're proposing to use alternative data. So what we mean by alternative data is, simply put, things that are less focused on. In this case, we look at things like whether or not an email address is real. Does it have the set of social profiles associated to it? Is this person registered on LinkedIn? Do they have a WhatsApp account? Have they signed up for Disney Plus? Have they paid for Netflix, so to speak? And all these things form a full picture of what a user's lifestyle or what a user's behavior actually looks like. So this is what we mean by alternative data. And I guess the natural next question you might have is, first of all, how is this helpful for me? And once we understand what, how can we actually leverage it? But before that, alternative data doesn't come without its own set of challenges. The main challenge here is you need to have access to open source intelligence, or OSINT. Alternative data is really hard to find. It's really labor intensive, really, really hard to source because it's alternative. It's not mainstream yet. And the last thing is, because of its alternative nature, the platforms we Facebook's privacy policies, WhatsApp's privacy policies, different types of information. And that's why what Seon does is that we look at these challenges and we still overcome them for you, and we drive that value over to you. Now, my bad. Now, what does that value look like? So behind me, you'll see a list of, gosh, I think it's like more than 50, a list of 50 different platform checks. And this is what we mean by alternative data. Simply put, when you are a fintech company, a bank, a loan company, buy now, pay later, e-commerce, payment gateway, it doesn't matter. As long as you are facing business, you have a set of emails, you have a set of phone numbers, you find yourself asking the question, is this a real person? How did the payment go through? Should I give this person a marketing referral bonus, which comes from generous marketing dollars? We are the ones that can help you answer this question passively and frictionlessly. How it works is just pass us the email, pass us the phone number. We'll run a check on all these platforms, and we'll basically tell you, yes, this person is registered on 15 of the platforms, and therefore looks like a real user. Or, yes, this person is paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple user, and therefore there's more propensity for disposable income. Therefore, the credit score can be a little bit higher. So from a loans perspective, from a gambling perspective, from a payments processing perspective, from a new user onboarding perspective, these are all ways that we can help you mitigate risk. This is one piece of the puzzle for us, social media. And the reason why we focus on social media is, again, coming back to the problem statement. In the Philippines, in many other developing nations really, 50% of the adults, more than 50% I believe, are underbanked, underserved. There's no telco information, there's no telco footprint. Public utilities, you don't have that. Income information, most people are still being dealt with in cash. Am I right? You might have wallet information, but it's not enough to be a data point so that banks, FIs, BFSIs can start to collaborate and can start to use this information. But everybody has a mobile phone. Everybody uses WhatsApp. Everybody's on Facebook. Everybody's on Instagram. And this is the basis of alternative data. We want to use the that we have, figure out a smarter solution that's hopefully outside of the box. So some of the advantages of this alternative data solution, and there's 5 here, but I'll just point on one, which is the first one. There is absolutely no friction. The email and the phone number are things that you already know about your users. When you run a check on them via the Seon platform, the users won't know that you're running a check. It's fully invisible. You don't need to ask them for a statement. You don't need to ask them for you don't need to ask them for anything. Just pass an email and phone. You have a ton of information on your users. So really quickly into what that actually. Okay, I made the motion helps. A snapshot of what it looks like. And it's actually really valuable. And at the moment, I'm going to pop over to the web browser to show you guys what it actually looks like live. But the beauty is when you pass Seon your email and your phone number, what Seon is actually doing is we take these information, email and phone, and we basically go on the internet and we scour the whole internet, all these online platforms, and we ask those questions for you. Does this person have Facebook registered? Does this person have LinkedIn registered? Is it behind a trustable domain in their email address? Is it having the right footprint for phone metadata? How many data breaches has it been seen in? And the whole idea here is to explain that we're not doing something groundbreaking, so to speak. We're not finding information that is leaked somewhere. What we're doing is we are leveraging what is already on. So Ryan, if you will switch over to the browser. We're leveraging what's already online, and what that means is you and I, if you take the same email and phone number information, you will access information here. So in here, we're accessing the Seon platform. I've given Ryan my password, so hopefully. So Ryan, on the left panel, just go over to the manual page. We can show folks here what this looks like. So this is our platform. I don't mean to go through the whole thing. Just to realize what it actually looks like when we run a real-time check on a person. So Ryan, I'm going to ask you to put in my email address and also my phone number. Make sure for the phone number, we get a +65 because I'm from Singapore. The +65 is important. We can skip IP address. Oh, not the IP address. Put it in the phone. So, like, this is my personal information. Please spam me. Actually, what's the stuff here? And you see when Ryan hit her, we basically went through like a couple seconds, and this is all a real-time check. So Seon took phone, took email, went online to scour everything out. So our prevention tool, so we provide scores, rules, whatnot. But let's forget that for a second. Ryan, if you will scroll down, just 2 scrolls. On the right, there's an email information box. Down some more. Down some more. And down some more. Just to make sure we cover. So you can see there's 2 boxes on the right. Right. On the right, we have the email information. On the left, we have the phone information. Ryan, if you will scroll down just a bit, you'll start to see all these green boxes. And all this is basically telling you that my email address, kaijieho@gmail.com, is associated with all these freaking social media accounts. So what this means is I have an Amazon account, an Apple account, a booking account, a LinkedIn profile was associated to it. So you saw that there was a link to my LinkedIn. If you scroll even more down, you'll see I don't have Netflix. I'm actually leeching my wife's account. I also have a scroll up, Ryan, please, just at the email information. Up, yeah, this is good. So you'll see that I don't have a Netflix account. Netflix is gray over here. You also see that I have a Disney Plus account. So why are we doing all this, Kai? What is the point? The point is not for you to snoop on your users, even though that will be quite cool. The whole point is when you are a payment gateway, when you're a fintech provider, when you're a loan disburser, when you're a buy pay later company, when you're an e-commerce company, when you are starting a social platform, an iGaming company, as long as you have users, the responsibility is on you to figure out, is it a real person? Do I allow them on my platform? Do I process the payment? Can I trust them? And the way Seon answers this question, especially in a developing nation, especially when there's no access to traditional data, our answer to the question is we use alternative data. And this is what it looks like.
All right. Thank you very much, Kaijie.